And welcome everyone to episode 27 of Rime of the Frost Maiden. I am Samson Paul, and I have the whole party here with us tonight. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Pretty good.
Muy bueno.
I had leftover Thai food.
Look at that.
Ooh, then better than me.
We are going to have an extended middle break this evening, it seems like. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. We're getting a little bit to a late start for a number of reasons. We're having internet issues, so if we go out...
That was a poop joke. Good job.
Yes, thank you. And then also, Dogecoin started crashing, so we had to stop everything and make all of our transactions to sell, because I have a paper hand when it comes to Dogecoin. So if you're hearing this now and you have Dogecoin, look out. Not financial advice. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer.
Miranda's diamond handing that sucker, though.
Oh man, she's got diamond hands. Dedicated to Dogecoin.
I totally know what all these words mean.
Doge, you don't.
Oh,
Ha ha!
early persuasion check.
Doge.
Performance check.
Yeah, it already rose like back up 4%.
Not even in character yet. Wow.
Andy is always in character. Andy and Lek, I am sure now are the same person, just a little darker.
Yeah,
16, by the way.
either way they can catch hands.
Oh,
I think Andy might be Lex patron.
That would be so fucking
The
awesome.
patron of puns.
yeah. What you don't know is me and Andy actually have a live chat outside of Discord, and whenever I turn on the voice modulator, I'm just reading lines from his script.
That sounds accurate.
No
Doesn't
one
it?
knows the real person behind the curtain.
I'd buy it, yeah. Everyone knows this D&D game is very much scripted, so...
Oh yeah.
Very much scripted, which I
Yeah,
think
we
Critical
wrote
Role.
every single one of these dick jokes. Thank you very much. We put a
And
lot
with
of
your,
time and effort into them.
Also a lot to remember.
With your bits and subs, we can afford better writers.
We won't get them, but we'd be able to afford them if we wanted to.
Are you kidding? I spent over a month working on that poopy pants monologue.
No, that was a great twist on your part. It absolutely fractured the relationship between Lek and Silas. Now they absolutely have a bit more of a will they, won't they thing. There's going to
It's
be
true.
a bit more doubt in people's mind.
It's true. It's true.
And to think you were, freebasing something when you wrote it. Excellent work.
Oh man. But one thing I will not take credit for is reading that stupid fish song in Bryn Shander. So I'm just putting that out there. That was not my doing.
I want that song on a CD so I can jam out to it in my car all the time.
If you haven't heard of it before, you can head on over to the YouTube channel where I've made a particular clip of me doing the old bitey fish song. You can view it now. Click on the link below. Do it. Do it now. Subscribe.
I'm gonna get a whole CD, and 5 of the tracks are gonna be you singing that song, and the other 5 tracks, it'll be every other track, will be other people covering that song.
Why don't you just be classy and put it on vinyl?
I mean, yeah, that's probably something I would do now.
I'm gonna make it.
I've become obsessed.
I'm gonna make it your text tone, Sam.
Oh no. Never texting Nick again.
No, do it all the time, so people can ask what it is, and then I can plug the stream. So it would help everybody here.
Everyone knows
Okay.
word of mouth doesn't work. Like, if everyone watching here were to tell their friends about it to tune in, it wouldn't work. They wouldn't show up. Try it.
Oral begs to differ regarding word of mouth.
Ha ha!
All right, Andy. You're trying.
That's it. He's out.
We tried.
You already had your chance to laugh me. You didn't take it, Sam.
The first one was free. All right. Oh man. Well, are you guys ready to play some D&D?
Hell yeah.
All right. We'll start with a recap of last week. Last week, essentially, boiled down to having some individual conversations with different people around town. I believe there was a discussion with Olivessa at some point. Perhaps that was actually the week before. There was some fishing last week. Man, I'm drawing a blank on what happened outside of action or honesty. I think that was a big part of the session, was that big truth or dare game.
Yeah, that took a lot of the session. I know there was fishing. I think Luck went back over to the library to speak to Malia,
Yes.
Lysander, and Silas may have gotten into a bit of a tuffle when Silas wanted to take teeth from a villager. Silas also killed a man by putting a bronze in his mouth and casting heat metal, and then buried him in the snow and went on about his day like nothing else happened.
The string phone, thank you, Shannon, and thank you for the sub. It did not show up in my alerts, but I see that. I'm very much appreciated. We had the string phone, the great TED Talk, as Zizix unveiled Pointy, and that was the man who was murdered by Silas.
Lek
and then
met Lex. So.
Lek met Lex. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they talked for like 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, at
and I
the
think
end, we finished the whole thing.
half of that
And
conversation was Lex trying to say goodbye.
Lex and Khaleesi, the lumberjacks. Yeah.
Couldn't shake his woodland ass.
Oh man, I think that's actually where we ended off. So we'll go ahead and pick up. I believe it would be about nighttime as Lek was heading back to the tavern, and the party is all there enjoying the food that is on the house yet again tonight, because you have agreed to help Olivessa with going to the town speaker meeting in Bryn Shander. So, what is everyone planning on? Did you have something?
I actually think we went to bed before Light got back.
Oh.
If it didn't get brought up, what about Zizix's homunculus that he modeled after?
Yes, he during the TED Talk, he was able to unveil Pointy, and that was unfortunately overshadowed by a man unveiling the telephone, and then he was killed, so he caught what was coming to him. But yes,
and
that did happen.
someone went through Carcass's shit, so...
True, someone did
So-
go through Carcass's shit,
Oh, fuck!
and he doesn't know it yet. So, with that new information being reminded to me, Lek, you arrive at the tavern, which is fairly empty. There's a few people still eating and drinking, but you don't see any of your friends. They seem to have all rushed off to bed.
Real quick, above table, I know I'm just the person that just reminded the teacher that we had homework, so sorry about that, guys.
God damn it.
We had homework.
Lex, so you show back up to the tavern. Are you planning on just heading to bed for the night?
Yes, I think that would be for the best. Unfavorable day needs to end now, yes.
Fair enough. Would anyone like to do anything before they end the night? 100%? Anything you want to work on overnight?
And I are working on a project. However long that will take.
Oh yeah, I'm working with Lysander to attach his stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're attaching that awesome chain to his sickle that is slightly kind of like a gun, I guess, with a chain that releases and attaches to it, and it gets reeled in. So you guys are working through the night with the help of Pointy to start to fasten that, and you acquired the chain from the lumberjack for this. So go ahead and give me a intelligence check, Zizix.
Ye old 21.
Yeah. So you're able to do a pretty good job planning out the work effort, and you're able to get it done in about 3 hours, being able to reassess everything with the help of your new homunculus Pointy.
Cool.
I'm going to, after he is done, look at it and admire his handiwork. You have my undying gratitude, my friend. This is incredible.
Please don't die on me. Who else is gonna test my stuff?
That's a fair point. But the idea is to survive, and as long as you keep grafting me these awesome toys, I think I'll have better chances with that.
Well, just let me know if you have any other ideas.
I will do that. Thank you again. I will leave you to your chambers. And with that, I'd actually like to go outside to test it out before
Okay.
I turn in.
Sure.
Splitting the party. Alright.
So you make it out into the darkness that is the Icewind Dale region, and you see the snow is still quite high, but people have done some work on the roads, at least in town, to try to level those out, and it's basically like 4 or 5 foot snow walls on the side of the roads at this point. You don't see anything living at the moment to try it on.
I didn't want to try it on anything living. I just wanted to shoot it out and see what it does.
All right. So you go ahead and you point your sickled arm in the direction of where you want to shoot, and it pops out with quickness and force of a crossbow almost with that mechanism, and shoots out into the snowbank, and all 15 foot of the chain extends out, and your sickle is embedded into a side of snow.
Incredible. I say as I reel it back in. And what time is it getting to be at this point, by the way?
It's probably close to like 10 or 11 at night. It's been dark for about 12 hours.
Well, now that I know that it works and it reels in properly and it does exactly what I wanted it to do, I will now return to my quarters and go into my sentry's sleep. Or sentry's rest.
What about you, Vega? Anything you wanted to do overnight? Just get some rest and wait for morning?
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I mean, I'd probably read a book before bed, but that's about it.
All right. So everyone gets a nice full rest, well needed, I'm sure, and you guys arise just before the break of dawn, and all meet up into the middle of the mead hall and find each other. And Carcass is, to your surprise, there are 2 bowls of food sitting on the table, and the bartender says, "Hi, big guy, this one's for you."
Oh, okay. and I will grab the 2 bowls and start shoveling it in as fast as I can.
And the bartender says, "Can I interest anyone else in some food this morning? It's been paid for already."
I'll take some food.
Oh
Like
yeah.
who?
I love a free breakfast. Absolutely, thank you.
Count me in.
Did you say something, Andy?
She said, paid for by who?
Olivessa.
Oh, that's lovely of her. Sure, I'll have breakfast.
Yes, please give her our thanks next time you see her.
Will do. And
I suspect we'll be seeing her sooner, actually, than he might. Aren't we leaving today, this morning? For Brinchanda?
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up. Breakfast.
so the bartender goes ahead and brings you all out food, and it's a nice, warm, milky soup. It has bits of sausage, it looks like, in it, and a little bit of extra meat from the fishing that has been done nearby.
I was about to
Goodness,
say.
it looks like they brought out the good stuff.
Did they make trout sausage?
No, this is actually crag cat sausage.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, I can't eat this.
Hey, Zizix.
Hmm?
Could you look at something for me? Then she's going to pull out that cylinder with the markings that she found in the fish.
He'll get out his monocle and just start sizing it up, and he'll take it from you.
I'm not sure if it's magical or not. I found it and figured I'd ask you what it did.
Why don't you leave this with me, and I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, thank you.
The bartender looks over to Silas. He says, "I'm sorry, is there something wrong?"
Not to offend you, but I'm not necessarily one who eats crag cats. Is there a way to get this without that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And he takes the bowl from you and he says, I'm sorry, I should have specified what breakfast was.
No, it's quite alright. You're only doing your job, so thank you for feeding us.
And he acknowledges the thanks that he received from you, and he brings you back another bowl that is without the crag cat sausage.
Yes, I'll also go ahead and eat that then.
And Zizix, you wanted to look over the scroll, or are you waiting for another time to look at it?
Probably another time. I usually like to investigate things in private.
All right. So, after you guys have been served up all your food and drinks to go along with it, a nice warm tea for everyone. Food's all done. People are starting to creep into the mead hall. What would you guys like to do?
If everybody's done eating, shall we make tracks to Brimshander?
I suspect we should stop by Olivessa's first, right? Aren't we accompanying her? Did I miss that memo?
I thought so.
Then
Yes, I do believe that was the plan.
Right! To Olivessa!
All right.
You guys start to leave the mead hall and see the sun is just starting to crest on the horizon and rise into the sky, and make your way out towards Olivessa's place out on the edges of town. And once you get there, you see that there's actually two bags at the door that seem to be filled with supplies, and another one that looks a bit smaller You can't exactly tell what's inside of the bag. But as you start to approach, Olivessa pops out and she says, "Oh, I was going to join you at the meat hall. You guys sure don't waste time."
We
Yes.
figured it may be better just to be with you this entire trip.
And nothing is wasted more than time.
Thank you for breakfast, by the way.
Oh, it's the least I can do. I would have been milked to my last copper if I were to pay for a hired guard to escort me to Bryn Shander, and I appreciate this wholeheartedly.
Of course.
Greatly oblige.
Absolutely. Carcass, did you get enough to eat?
Not really, but everybody was really excited to go, so Carcass goes with them.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Here, I heard you like these, and she ruffles through the larger bag and moves some tent poles away, and she says, "I have a meat hunk."
Yes, I do like the meat hunks very much.
And she tosses it in your direction. She says, "There you go."
I will try and catch it.
Let's see. I'll check her throw. Her throw's really good. And she gets it right on target. All you gotta do is open up that big mouth and crunch down on it. Instant meat hunk.
I'm
Meat dunk.
happy to do so then.
Instant meat hunk, band name called it. Sorry, it'd have to be plural though. Instant meat hunks.
I mean, debatable. In any case, Olivessa looks to the rest of the party and says, "Well, if you're ready, I'm ready." And she picks up these 2 large bags and she says, "You never know what you're going to need on the road."
Quite right. Let us be off.
Andy will take one of her bags for her.
I'll be happy to take the other.
And she says, "Oh, well, I can carry at least one, but if you insist."
Silas will hand her his bag.
Silas.
What? She was insisting.
And how much does your bag weigh? Rough estimate.
I wouldn't say too much. I'd probably say 40 pounds, if that.
She says, well, this is about the same size as the bag I handed Andy, so sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. And
Andy
maybe
gives Silas a look.
Silas just grins back to her and says, "Wonderful. Maybe perhaps on the trip we can talk a little shop and you could tell me your plan."
Yeah, I can certainly do that. It'd be good to get a little practice in.
And DM, just give me a heads up. You could skip right over that and just say it's happening in the background. I'm perfectly fine with it.
All right. And so she looks to the rest of you and says, "To Bryn Shander, here we go. Yahoo!"
Okay. What a weirdo.
I do love your enthusiasm.
Mario?
It's a me, Olivessa.
Princess Patch!
Uh,
That was good. I like that.
So you guys start heading out and make your way out of town and heading up the freshly powdered path north to the junction. What's it called again? I think it's just the fork in the road that leads to Bryn Shander, East Haven, Goodmead, and Caradinaval. You start on the trek, and Olivessa starts to have that conversation with Silas towards the back, and going over her ideas and her proposals and what she's gonna do if one town gets offended or starts to take an offensive stance towards everyone. But
DM,
yes,
just given that Silas has spent like 2 years in Bryn Shander before meeting up with the party, any rolls I can make to kind of give her some information?
sure. Let's make that a history check.
Ah, 13.
You give her some beneficial pointers, mainly for dealing with Duvessa Shane and Markham, the sheriff, personally. What kind of demeanor those individuals have and how they're best handled. So you've given her some insight on that.
Cool. That's good enough.
No, that is not DMCA, Brian. Unless there was background music playing that was labeled on YouTube in the Google algorithms, we're gonna be fine.
I'll be happy to turn that in.
No, please don't. In any case, who is leading the way on this journey?
I suppose I will.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check.
I can if you'd rather. For the record.
Sure, then I'll just help you.
Work for me.
Go ahead and roll your survival.
Yeah, those are both pretty shitty rolls, but that's still a 14.
Okay. You guys are moving on for the next couple of hours in familiar directions. You see landmarks along the way, and the signpost that finally indicates that you guys have met the crossroads. You guys turn and head in the direction of Bryn Shander. Olivessa is starting to get a little amped up. She's already excited, but now she's starting to hyperfixate on things in this 2-hour-long conversation with Silas, and might be starting to get on the nerves a little bit of Silas with her circling, it seems.
Oh, 100%, but I'm not going to steer her wrong. She could be useful eventually.
All right. And then one more survival check for the last leg of this journey.
That one's a 12. I'm picking new dice.
Luckily for you, as you start to get about 30 minutes into it, you can actually see the huge walls of Bryn Shander on the horizon as the blizzard has subsided. You can actually see a horizon now, which has not been the case for seemingly a week at this point. So you found yourself a little bit off course, but nothing too dire. It's been clear sailing all the way. Not a soul have you passed on this trek. It seems like people are either already there at Bryn Shander if they were traveling there, or people were still a little too timid to go out in this high snow. But as you continue to get to Bryn Shander, you see that the roads leading out get more distinguished and more distinguished as you start to see cart trails more embedded into the snow, and people have been actively trying to renew the indication of that there is a road there. And You guys are about 300 feet from Bryn Shander's gates at this point. Is there anything you would like to do before you get to town?
So above table, I noted in your notes pre the meeting of the towns with all of S's concerns.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned the Cauldron O'Plenty being stolen from East Haven by Targos, and that was like one of all of S's concerns with the tension there. Is that right?
Yes, so the Cauldron of Plenty being stolen happened, what was that, like 2 or 3 months ago now at this point, in real time. It's a cauldron that was able to create food from water. And with the balance of that power shifting to a town that had stolen it, there's concerns that she isn't sure exactly how volatile those discussions are going to be.
So would Lek be aware that that's one of the things she's concerned about?
Yeah, that would have been one of the things that she had mentioned originally, and also had gone over with Silas during this trip here. You probably would have overheard.
So Lek will more or less try to address everybody, but probably more so Olivessa, and say, "So, Olivessa, as we've been walking, I've been thinking, and perhaps a proposal we could make, of course I wanted to run it by everyone before I said anything, was attempting to recover the Cauldron of Plenty from Targos, and bringing it back to East Haven. Something that we could volunteer to do for a prize. It's the thought. I leave it at that."
That wouldn't be the worst idea.
I know we mentioned
I'd be
before
fine with
that
it.
a lot of us are frowned upon in the town of Targos, but Silas and myself are not known there, and of course we have some other individuals who are very capable of changing themselves and such, so it's feasible, I think.
Why are you not welcome in Targos, by the way?
What's that question?
Well, the truth, because we had suspicions that they stole that thing, and they knew that we were onto them. So they kicked us out of the fucking town.
That's exactly what happened.
This may be worth looking into then. Another go. And if you're with the right people, perhaps they'll let you in.
That's right.
Regardless of their feelings on you, sometimes the Nouvelle name carries some weight.
It's certainly worth a shot.
Then again, so does Adriana's name.
I didn't give them my name last time. I suppose I could.
Either way, I support this decision, and I think that it is a good idea.
Very good. Well, I'll leave it to you, Olivessa, of course, as it is your call, but know that we are willing and capable.
And Olivessa kind of looks to everybody and starts to ponder this theory. And she says, well, I know that it might be in my best interest to stay neutral and try to read the room. As she looks back to Silas, as that seems to be one of the points that Silas might have mentioned to her in passing during this 2-hour journey. And said, is like looking at him and says, plausible deniability is my best friend.
Absolutely correct.
Consider it a card to hold to your chest, then.
And I will do just that.
I have all the faith in you, Olivessa.
Can I inside check, Lek?
You sure can.
That's a natural 1 plus 1.
You don't know where the hell he's coming from. You can't tell. It's the eye. You start to try to read his body language, and then you're just drawn into this all-powerful eye inside of Lek's head. And just ignore his body language in general.
Would his incredibly shitty insight roll cause Lek to notice that he's suspicious of his statement of faith in Olivessa?
I would say he's definitely staring at it a little more obvious way.
I mean, Silas stares at Lek all the time.
I suppose that's true. I guess I'll let it go.
But with that, are you guys ready to make your way into Bryn Shander?
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's not waste any time.
You guys arrive at the gates of Bryn Shander, greeted by 2 guards. And they say, what is your business today in Bryn Shander? And Olivessa speaks up. I'm the Speaker of Goodmead, and I am here for and she starts to stumble on her words very badly. And she finally gets out. The meeting of the town speakers. And the guards start to look at her and say, she kind of stumbled on her words there. But
Vega will speak up and just be like, she's new and a bit nervous, but she's quite capable, I assure you.
It's also
And-
cold, you know, teeth chattering and such.
yeah, well, it's always cold. But that tracks. I believe they had a election not too long ago, and well, and the guard looks down to Olivessa and says, I hope you're up for this tall task. She says,
We'll make short order of it, I'm sure.
and Olivessa doesn't appreciate the short joke and says, I'll have you know that I will request for your resignation at this meeting for that short joke. Short people should not be impeded on or made fun of.
Yeah, Lek, so insensitive.
Oh, forgive me, madam. Sometimes my attempt at humor gets me sounding a bit ignorant. That certainly was not my intention.
And
But if you
Olivessa,
desire my resignation, I'm more than happy to oblige you, if that's
and
what you want.
Olivessa starts to cut you off, and she says, I'm not talking about your resignation. You've helped me enough. But these assholes, and points back at the guard who made the joke, your helmets will be on the rack by the end of the day if I have my way. Now let me in.
Holy shit.
And the guards, with very wide-eyed surprise, say, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Go right in." And they open up the gates, and Olivessa has the smirk on her face, and she says, "I've got my game face on. I'm ready to go."
Excellent work. I told you, my Aunt Karen's speeches would do very well for you.
I want to aspire to be a Karen one day, she says excitedly.
You do well.
And the doors open into Bryn Shander, and you guys find yourselves inside of this, the largest city of the 10 towns. And Olivessa looks to you, and she says, well, I'm going to wander around town for a bit and get my bearings and talk to the people and find out what ails them. Do you want to meet me at the tavern and say sundown before the meeting starts?
That will work perfectly, Olivessa.
Fantastic.
That sounds wonderful.
Very good. Well, with that, I say, see you later. And takes her bag back from Andy, hands Silas his bag back, and also takes who had the other bag? Was it Lysander?
Yes.
And asks for her bags back and gets those traded around, and she sets off on her way about town. What would the party like to do at this point?
Well,
Adriana, do you have a moment?
Sure.
I'd like to speak to you in private. It's a rather personal matter.
All right. She'll follow him.
We'll just go far enough away to be out of earshot of the party.
Okay. You guys walk about 15, 20 feet away over towards the right side of town, or the right side of the road that you guys are on.
I need better armor.
So you keep saying.
Yes, but now I have leverage.
Do you mean?
Well, I witnessed you going through Carcass's things, and yes, I was there, but that's easy enough for me to deny. I'm quite good at it. So, I'd suggest if you want to keep your pretty little head attached to your shoulders, perhaps you get me a little better armor. Spend some of those ill-gotten gains on a friend. A token of friendship and trust.
What makes you think he'd remove my head?
Because I've seen him do it with everything he's come in contact with. I'm pretty sure he fucked one. I don't know. I'm having a hard time processing some of the things I've seen this creature do.
Yes, but he likes me.
And I like you too. Doesn't mean I'm not above turning on you on an instant, so I would like some better armor.
How much is your better armor?
Oh, I don't know. I figured we could go shopping together and we could let the store tell us how much it is.
Fine. I'll help you buy your armor.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Adriana. And don't worry, I'm not gonna, spend you in home. I'll haggle. I'm quite good at that as well.
Okay. Deal.
And Silas will call back to the party. We're gonna go shopping for a bit. Don't wait up. And start looking for someone who sells armor here. I was here 2 years. I should know where that is.
Oh yeah, you definitely know where Black Iron Blades are, and they're the most renowned armor smith around here. They would definitely have the armor that you're looking for. As for the rest of the party, what would you guys like to do at this time?
well, Lek would like to go to the library to do some research. I'm going to the library. If anyone wants to join me, you're more than welcome.
And Vega will be way too excited at first and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll go," and then kind of compose himself and be like, yeah, I'll go. I mean, if you're going."
Excellent. Always enjoy your company, Vega.
Zizix is gonna want to go to find some kind of an armorer or even an alchemist.
So you would want to go shopping with Andy and Silas then. Are you going to try to go alone, or are you going with them?
I would probably turn to Carcass and see if he wants to be my kind of bodyguard.
Yes, Carcass would like to go with you, because Carcass has a problem, and I want to talk to you about it.
Well, we'll have plenty of time.
All right. And so Zizix and Carcass start to head out and make for the market square as well, which leaves Lek and Vega going for the library. What of Eclipse and Lysander?
Before Lek and Vega go to the library,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I will actually walk with them and remind them of the House of the Morning Lord that is here in this town, and the tiefling Atramon that we were told about that might have some information regarding the sun deity that he worships. And if you would like to accompany me to try to find this place, to find this tiefling, I would prefer not to meet him alone.
Ah, so you want some muscle, Lysander? I know, I've seen you looking at me. Quite the physique, I know.
All of a sudden, Lek's body is super oily, like he's getting ready for a muscle show.
More so, I would like your keen mind, but an extra body never hurts.
Very good. I can go to the library afterwards, so I don't mind accompanying you at all, Lysander. Is that alright with you, Vega? And you did seem rather excited about the library prospect.
Vega, I would like you to come.
Yeah. That's fine. There's
We'll go to the library afterwards.
nothing special about library.
Oh, don't worry. I still fully intend to go to the library, Vega. Don't you worry. We will go.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I would like to go to the library too, but if they are open and willing to listen to us, I would like to take advantage of the time and the daylight now. Eclipse, would you like to join us?
Oh, I suppose I'll tag along.
If you don't want to, I found door knocking to be a very enjoyable pastime.
Didn't you almost die?
Oh,
Didn't you shit your pants?
I see your shield has deflected my sharp wit yet again.
Perhaps I should use her keen mind.
That's what I fucking thought. Let's go.
And so my son has been eclipsed.
Make a performance check.
Fuck me in the ass. Oh no, a 9.
That's up to the group to decide how they react to that pun themselves.
That was shitty.
No big surprise there.
Chuckle.
Classic Vega.
I'm not there, but I say cut out his tongue.
Oh man.
You'll need this tongue someday, trust me.
That sounded oddly sexual. So, we're going to go ahead and move along and head with, let's do Zizix and Carcass first. You guys make your way towards the market square, and Zizix is on the lookout for any sort of alchemy shop or armor smith, the like. But Carcass previously mentioned he had a problem that he would like to talk to Zizix about.
Sticks. I don't think we should get this cauldron. We already stole it once.
Oh, I agree. Nothing with that.
Yes, I don't want Pointy or me to get into any trouble.
Well, me either. I almost died last time.
Yes, and we made a lot of money from selling it.
Wait. Made a lot of money?
Yes, when he and Carcass, they steal the cauldron, and we sold it.
Wait. Who stole the cauldron?
Well, I watched other things because I just hit things really hard. And Pointy and our friends, they steal the cauldron.
Which friends?
Oh, the one with the teeth, and the other one, and then he probably had some other help.
Wait, you guys were friends with them?
Yes, I thought you knew that.
Well, no.
Oh yes, Carcass is friends with all of them because Pointy says that they are sometimes our friends and sometimes we have to steal from them.
He told you to steal from friends?
No, I don't steal from friends. I steal from the people who are only sometimes our friends.
I see. So... Leah Ponte was on this from the get-go?
I don't know what that means.
Who did all the talking with the friends?
Oh, Pointy does all of the talking. Carcass does not like the talking with them. And then Pointy he brought back Carcass a lot of money.
Oh, how much money?
I don't count the money. Carcass just gets the money and puts it in his bag.
So you don't know how much money you have?
No, Pointy always said he would take care of Carcass, but Pointy is not here except for the little Carcass Pointy now. So maybe he could take care of Carcass.
Absolutely. One sec, yeah, let me think
Okay.
of how I want to handle this.
And this conversation is being held off on the side of the road near one of the buildings. And you see people in the market trying to set up their stalls as the morning is, take supply their stalls with more food as it's been open for a while, and people are starting to buy stuff for lunch and restocking and all that.
So Carcass, how would you like if Little Pointy and Styx helped take care of you?
Oh, yes, I would like that. I like little Carcass Pointy, and I like you very much.
Well, I like you too, Carcass. I don't know why, but I just feel like we're on the same wavelength at times.
Oh no, I'm very big, Styx, and you are very, very small.
Precisely.
But I am your friend, so I will not let people hurt you.
Well, and I'll do my best to do the same and to not get myself killed.
That is good, and I will be okay.
Well, to help me help you, would you like for me to hold your money and help you get better equipment?
Oh no. My things are my things. I do not like
Okay.
when people touch them.
Well, we can get you more and newer things.
Yes, I do like to have more things.
Well, then for us to do that, I kind of need your gold.
Oh no. Carcass does not spend his gold. I don't just have my gold, I also have Pointy's gold. I have been holding a lot of his money for him.
So what What do you want to do with that money?
I keep it. It is mine.
Are you aware of the concept of trading?
Yes, but no, usually if I tell people that I want things, they will give them to me.
You know what? Let's go find a weaponsmith.
What is a weaponsmith?
They have lots of shiny things.
Oh, okay. I don't like shiny
Things that can help you hurt and kill things that you want to hurt and kill.
Yes, I'm very good at killing things.
Well, we can make you better.
Oh,
We have the
okay.
technology.
I like that.
So, what were you saying, Sam?
I said we have the technology.
But I don't want to spend a lot of money.
He doesn't want to spend any money.
Oh man.
Okay.
So, with the notion that you're wanting to take a look for a weaponsmith first, you see Black Iron Blades is the closest shop. However, along the way, you see the Naga's Blades. It's a two-story building with timber and brick with leaded glass windows with a little bit of light coming out from it that seems more noticeable as the sun starts to go down.
Yeah, we'll go into the Naga's Blade.
All right. You guys make your way inside, and you're greeted by a tall elf, and he looks your way and he says, "Hello, welcome to the Naga's Blades. I'm Narder. Can I help you find anything?"
We're looking to upgrade my friend here.
Ah, yes, Carcass. How can I help Carcass out?
Oh, you know Carcass?
I know everybody who comes into my shop, Zizix.
We are very popular.
I am going to look at the guy, the shopkeeper, with a very paranoid look. What,
Sorry, continue.
does he have any kind of markings on him by chance?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, that's 7.
7. So no markings that you can see. He's wearing pretty long-sleeved garments, so nothing like a tattoo or any symbol on a necklace or anything like that that you can really point out. But the man isn't even looking at you. He's attending to the shelves behind him and arranging his wares in just the right way and just kind of side-eyeing and glancing over when he acknowledges and speaks to you.
Sorry, you said that was another patron in the store?
No, that was the shop owner.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So what can we do for you, Carcass?
Styx said we should come in here.
Well, I'm
Yes,
very glad he did.
Yes, my friend here, we would like to see if you have anything that can help him be more stronger in combat.
Ah, so you're looking for upgrade for this, and he kind of peers around and he looks at Carcass's axe and he says, "Great axe, is it, or Warhammer?"
Styx, I don't know if we should stay here. He does not know what kind of weapon this is. I don't think he is very smart.
He's gonna turn back to the shopkeep. Can you not see he has a very big great axe on his back?
And he looks back and he says, well, I wasn't really looking. I just saw the handle sticking out and I knew it was a large weapon. But, you know, you never know if people are looking to change up the type of damage that they're dealing to their enemies if they find one type of damage is not sufficient or as interesting or as fun as another. And how would you know which one you enjoyed more if you didn't try different weapons?
Zizix will turn back to Carcass and say, you know, he makes a really good point. Do you like cutting things up, or do you like to smash them?
I like the fun of my great axe. I like to kill everything, and the great axe spills the most blood.
Zizix will turn back to the shopkeep and say, well, you heard him.
That I did, in just one moment. And he finishes up the last thing on the shelf that he was straightening up. Looks to be some sort of tincture of some sort. And he says, this'll do, as he goes down behind the counter and he pulls out this great axe. And he says, Carcass, is your favorite color green, perhaps?
Carcass's favorite color is red, like the blood that he spills.
Oh, yes, and this will not do. And he puts that great axe down under the counter and he walks down to the far end and he grabs another great axe and he brings it to you and sets it on the counter. And he says, this should do the trick, I would say. And you look at this great axe and it's a nice heavy metal, but also inlaid with just stripes, like jagged stripes of ruby. And he said, does that not look like blood to you, Carcass? With this great axe, there will always be blood on it, just for you.
Yes, my great axe right now always has blood on it, though. And I will pull out my great axe.
And he'll point out on the great axe, yes, but see how it's changing color? It's actually turned into a dark, almost black kind of red, and that's not red that you like. This is closer to the red that you like, isn't it? As it's a blood red ruby inlaid stripe that's in there. This is the color of a fresh kill.
I do like the fresh kills.
And then Zizix will say, what exactly does this great axe do besides, you know, slashing and axing things?
If there was a way to articulate this a bit more accurately, I would choose that way, but I can't think of it at the moment. But I would just say that this has 1 point of extra sharpness to it, and it's right here. You see the point? It's right there.
Zizix sees the point. Then Zizix will turn to Carcass and say, do you see the point?
I don't know. He said it will do the trick, though, so I'm waiting for it to start to do the tricks.
Zizix will turn back and say, how much?
Oh, a mere 400 gold.
Zizix is going to ponder and look at his bag real quick. How would you trade that for a shield that's sturdier than a typical shield?
In what way?
Oh, well, my friend, and I'll take off the shield off my back. and say, well, this one here is stronger and can take a lot more beatings to it. It takes a little bit more finesse to get through this.
Ah, I see. So it has more of an air conditioning unit than another shield of this size?
Precisely.
A
A little bit more legroom.
I see. Well, this looks like it is used. But for that, I can knock 50 gold off the price. Bring it to
50 gold?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to work within my margins.
My friend. This could easily get you close to 400 gold itself.
Like I said, margins.
That's quite the margin.
For quite the shield. If you would like to make a persuasion check, you can do so at this time.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. And he...
Oh wait, I did performance instead of persuasion, but they're the
Whoops.
same.
Okay.
Same modifier, same
Okay, that works.
same stat.
That's fine. And he looks at it again and he says, well, I suppose I could bend my margin a little bit and say 300, or I could go 300 if he also gives me his axe.
Carcass, what do you say?
Oh no, this is my axe.
What about without his axe?
325.
So 300 for the shield and 25 extra gold?
No, the shield I would purchase from you for 100 gold. I'm sorry, 75 gold.
Wait. Where are you pulling these numbers from, guy?
Well, this item, this great axe, is worth 400. I would let you trade in your shield as value, and you would still pay me 325 gold. If he throws in his great axe, you would only pay me 300. Margins.
Sir, you've talked you out of the sale.
Well, there's always a buyer. For an especially
Zizix will just
bloody piece.
Zizix will just turn to Carcass in the middle of his sale pitch and say, okay, buddy, let's go.
Okay, goodbye, little man.
Goodbye,
see you later.
Carcass. Goodbye, Zizix.
Yeah, we'll just leave the show.
Alright. Then we will go ahead and pick up with Andy and Silas, who have made their way to the same market square. And Silas, you head to your preferred choice of armor smith there. The one that's been there the whole time and doesn't change out is the Black Iron Blades. You guys make your way into that vicinity and you're welcomed in, and they're busy working on their shelves as well. And this half-orc turns to you and says, customers, how can I help you?
Good morning to you. Looking for a new set of armor.
All right, of what variety?
Something light but strong. Not gonna weigh me down too much. Still allow me plenty of movement. But if you have cloaks or capes or something of that sort, I'm interested in that as well.
Let's see what I have here for you. not plate, not splint, and she works her way all the way down. She says, I have some padded armor. It's nothing special, but it's light and it provides protection.
Padded, unfortunately, would not do. Perhaps studded?
Studded, okay. I can do studded. It's over here. And she heads on down to the other end of her stands and says, that seems about the right size for you. Did you have anything to trade in for this, or would you like to pay without right coin?
Well, I have padded leather armor myself, but unfortunately it's the same exact thing as the old leather armor I used to have.
Oh, isn't that just unfortunate?
Yes, I didn't quite, I didn't try it on before leaving the store. I felt awfully foolish.
Well, some people do indeed charge to even try on the material, but since you're having a bad run of trying to select your armor, I'll let you do it for free.
That would be wonderful. Do you have anything, perhaps a bit more high quality make? Maybe a little special?
Oh yeah, I can definitely find something like that. Would you like the studded armor, or would you like something special in that padded armor, if you're so accustomed to it?
I think if you have something special in the studded, that would be amazing.
Let me take a look out back. And she starts to walk around the corner and into her storeroom, where you hear the door shut behind her.
I'd like to look to Adriana and say, listen, I realize enchantments weren't necessarily parts of the deal, but if there's something that can be done to make me a little bit harder to kill, I feel like it would benefit everyone.
Yeah, I can agree with that if the price is reasonable.
And I assure you, the price will be somewhat reasonable. I mean, these people aren't necessarily known for their quality, if I recall, but they do well enough. It's the right kind of people to know.
Well, good. And she's just gonna kind of wander around the shop and look around.
Is there something catching your eye, Adriana?
No, I don't really need anything.
Well, if you need something, it's on you.
Thanks, Silas.
I am very generous.
With my coin and carcasses.
And she's the woman comes back and she says, well, I have 2 sets of armor, both studded, and they're a magical sense. One's got a mouth on it.
A mouth?
Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. And she brings out this box, and then you hear just the muffled something talking. And you open it, or she opens up the box, and then all of a sudden you hear,
Ah! Finally, the light of day! Ah! I never thought I'd be able to see this again.
No.
Well, hold on.
Ah, have you found someone to take me home?
What is your name, you delightful little creature?
My name is Exus. Because
Exus.
I'm always having an existential crisis, they say.
That's wonderful. I have a quick question for you.
What is it?
Can your mouth be sewed shut, or is it like this forever?
Put me back in the storage! I don't like this guy.
That's a shame. What's the other one do?
The other one is actually a lot more breathable. You're able to get more air in to those hard to reach places, and it's just 1 point better in access points for those airways.
And what is the price difference between the talking armor, because I could always use another friend, and the breathable one?
Well, the talking one I'm giving away for 50 gold. But The other one, I'd be going, let's say about 200 gold or so.
200. And if I traded my padded armor, could you... Perhaps we make a deal. I trade the padded for the talking armor, and my friend here, if that's alright with you, Adriana, could pay for the rest, but maybe we could work on that price a little.
Oh, I see. So you want both the talking armor and this studded armor.
Well, I
Why?
could take the talking armor off your hands. I have ideas. And perhaps we could make a deal on the studded armor.
I see. I'm definitely open to that. If you were to give me your padded armor, and it's as good as new as it seems, since you weren't happy and only wore it once, I could give you a reasonable price for that. Possibly, and as she's thinking, I would like you to make a persuasion check.
It's a natural 1, but it's +9, so it's 10.
Possibly be able to swing a little bit for taking this asshole off my hands.
Hey, you watch your mouth, buddy. I know where you sleep at night. I just don't have the legs to get there.
It's delightful. That thing would fit
I-
nicely in my chest.
Really don't think that would be good to carry with us.
No, I have a hilarious idea. Trust me.
Ugh.
And she says, 175, I think, would do nicely.
Andy will pay it.
Wonderful, and I'll start taking off my armor. And what is the new armor I get to add to my inventory?
So the studded armor is a +1 armor, and then the sentient armor is the armor of Exus. And it is a +2, but disadvantage on all stealth checks.
Can you spell armor of Exus, I guess?
EXAS. And it's a homebrew item, so it won't automatically populate in D&D Beyond.
Okay, so you could add that to my inventory then. And the
Yep.
other one's a studded leather +1?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll change into that, and I will go ahead and give them that padded leather armor.
And Andy pays with her coin, and the shopkeeper is quite happy about making this sale, and she says, "Bon voyage, motherfucker."
And I'll take Exus, and I got a chest on me. Will it fit in that chest, or do I get the box with Exus?
Oh, you can have the box. That's fine.
No, I don't want to go in that stupid box. Don't put me in there.
Close the lid of the box and make sure it's locked. I have another thought, Adriana.
What's that?
Would I know about Nagas or no?
Yeah, you would have known about Nagas.
I don't want to metagame, but would they possibly be a place that might sell a bag of holding, and would this be something knowledgeable to Silas?
You would know that they do not carry bags of holding.
Beautiful, then. Then I'll just say, did you want to get me a better rapier, too? I mean, you don't have to, but it would be very nice.
I think you can handle the rapier since I've handled the armor.
Well, let's at least take a look, then. Unless you have one.
Let's see. No, I unfortunately do not have any rapiers.
No worries, we'll pop across the street. But thank you so much for everything you've done for me today. I'll remember your generosity.
Absolutely. Thank you for your patronage. And thank you for taking that off my hands.
Of course. This will be fun.
And you guys start to exit the Black Iron Blades, and that'll take us over to Lek, Vega, Lysander, and Eclipse. as they start to make their way over to the Temple of the Sun. Okay. You guys start to make your way into that direction, and you see that there's not a whole lot of movement coming from inside, and you're not exactly sure why. I think the majority of you have not been here before. I don't recall you guys ever visiting before this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Lek is pretty anti-religion, so yeah, you do.
That was just Pointy and Carcass.
Yeah, I thought it was just Pointy and Carcass. I had to be sure, though. So you come into this really large building, and 1 second here. Yeah, the House of the Morning Lord, that's what it was. It's dumb. You make your way there, and it looks a little dusty inside, and you don't notice anybody at the moment. What would you guys like to do once you arrive?
Is the door open? Or you said it was dark in there?
Dusty. The door is just an archway. There's no actual doors that close at all.
Oh, okay. Well, as we approach the archway, turn to everybody. Shall we?
Lek arches his eyebrow and says, "We shall."
Then we go in.
Through the archway.
So, you head inside of the House of the Morning Lord and you take a look around. Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
9.
Vega?
Sorry, rolling.
You're good. And Eclipse too.
I don't see shit.
Okay.
I got a 14.
All right. So yourself, Lek, and Lysander, you guys look around and you don't see anyone on the main floor, but then your eyes are drawn towards the back of the room where there seems to be an old man in a very long robe. You just see the white beard and the white hair, kind of sparsely on the top, staring over on a row of books over in the back shelf.
I will approach the old man.
I'll follow.
All right, what would you like to... Go ahead.
Sorry. Quietly, so as not to startle him.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's a 9.
So he seems to hear you as he turns his head towards you.
And I'll tip my hat to him and say, "Good afternoon. My name is Lysander Blackburn. I'm here to seek an audience with Atramon."
Oh, yes, I am very afraid that he has gone for a moment. But I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I am Rava Hesmanith.
Well, pleased to meet you, Rava Hess. And I...
Yes. You know, I must say I've never seen anyone with your makeup before.
Yeah, I get that every now and again.
Yes, Bryn Shanda, though, is quite cold from where I remember it. Please, if you would, indulge an old man. What year is this?
And So Vega, Lek, Eclipse, you would both answer. Well, it's 1503.
1503, of course.
What he
My
said.
good man.
Oh. Well, that simply will not do. I am not supposed to be here.
Do explain.
Well, I left my very good friend behind, and I have been trying to develop a way to always find him, and things, it seems, may have gone a little awry.
Continue.
Well, teleportation and I have a very rocky relationship. So I have been working on my own version that will always take me to my friend Nacho. And it seems that perhaps I have accidentally had a mishap, so to speak.
Would the friend you're referring to be the tiefling we came here to see, perchance?
Oh, no, I only met him the once, but when I met him, he was called Phineas, not Atramon. That didn't happen until after our encounter.
Yes, I was told that this tiefling went by many names, but Atramon is the notable one.
Well, I couldn't tell you what's notable. It is pleasing to see that he is still alive.
And would you happen to know where to find him?
Oh, I am very sorry, my new friend. I don't know where he is. But perhaps Yes, I understand. I am sorry. Please forgive me. This is my friend Trevor. Say hello, Trevor.
And you see him gesturing to nothing.
Is your friend invisible?
Well, he is an imp, after all. But he is my very good friend, so please don't hold that against him.
Well, good afternoon to you too, Trevor. And since my other friends behind me have not introduced themselves, I will gesture to everyone. This is Lek, my friends Vega and Eclipse.
Oh,
Hello.
it is most pleasing to meet all of you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, and I'll use my trunk to tip Lysander's hat as I say that.
I'll use my mage hand to tip Lysander's hat as well.
And I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna turn to both of you after I compose my hat back upon my head and tell you both, do not ever do that again.
Oh, you got it there, Chief.
1,000 apologies.
What fun play! The two of you remind me of my good, dear, cherished friend. Oh, how I do miss being there. Perhaps I will find my way back sometime.
Forgive me, Ravahess. You were speaking of teleportation abilities, and you were asking what year it is. I find that very odd, very intriguing.
Well, based on your verification of the year, I should definitely be living about 50 years ago or so.
Do you mean to say you time traveled?
Accidentally, of course, not on purpose. But you see, I am developing a new spell and, well, it doesn't seem to be quite working yet.
Well, what does so your friend would be 50 years older then as well? Is that what I am to understand?
Well, if he is still alive, then yes, he would be 50 years older than what he was. I imagine that I have probably passed since then.
Ah,
Yes, quite.
Nick, check your messages really quick. I tried to send you a message.
Oh, my apologies.
In any case, this old man is standing inside of the house of the Morning Lord, and it's only him. There's no other activity here. You don't hear any footsteps coming from upstairs or down in the hallway, and there's no sound coming from this invisible space where he says Trevor is standing.
so you mentioned that the tiefling we're looking for, and he goes by many names, of course. You said he is coming back, not coming back, hasn't been here for a while. I just want to clear up that side of the story really quick.
Oh, I don't really know if he is ever coming back or what happened to him. I've only arrived here a short time ago.
I see. So you don't really even know how long he's been gone.
No, but all of these things here, these books, have been left behind, and of course, I must admit, being here and finding out that it's 50 years from my time, I am intrigued about what has transpired here.
So was it purely a spell you used to accidentally time travel, or did you build some kind of device to accomplish this miraculous feat?
Oh no, it's a spell that I have been trying to devise on my own.
Ah. You only can learn through trial and error, I suppose they say.
That is true. I call it friendly teleportation.
It appears to be friendless teleportation at this moment, but we can workshop the name.
Well, I do understand your point, my friend. And I apologize. I hope it's okay that we are now friends.
Oh, I always appreciate an extra person that I can call upon if I need to in the future, so...
Well, I do hope that soon you would have to call upon me in the past.
Yes, give me a moment to wrap my mind around that sentence.
Yes, I understand that time travel is not for everyone's intellectual level.
Sick burn.
I see. Well, some people choose to devote their minds towards other endeavors. Does not mean they are low in intellect, Eclipse.
She's just snickering in the background.
Ah. I wanted a cat and I got a kitten.
Rare.
So, if I might inquire, what business did you have with our dear Phineas? I apologize, Atramon.
We were told that he was a priest or someone who worships the Morning Lord. We needed some more information of this sun deity that this place seems to be a house of worship for.
I see. And you've come for information about the Morning Lord?
Yes, in fact, if you could help us, then perhaps, well, that would be helpful.
Well,
And it can't wait until the morning.
Indeed, my friend. Well, I understand that the Morning Lord is a god of life and light. does not always go by the name of Morning Lord. And if I might be so bold, what business would you need of the Morning Lord?
Well, we were hoping to get more information about that. And wait a minute. I pause and look at you three. You said the year is 1503?
Yes, that is exactly what I said, almost as if a divine entity placed that exact number in my head, other than the fact that I know what year it is. Why, is it not the right year for you?
I roll.
Lysander stands there in shock. Very quiet. Oh no. Oh no. Excuse me. And he's gonna step outside and take all this in.
All right. And Lysander abruptly takes his leave from the House of Morning Lord and stands outside and initially looks stoic, as his expression of facial expressions is not, not something he's known to have a capacity for at the moment, but his actions speak louder than what his face would show.
He is having a full-on panic attack outside right now.
I can't say I know Lysander as well as I probably should at this point, but do either of you two know what's going on with him?
I have no idea what that is about.
Me either.
Ah, well, it appears he wants to be alone, so we will give him some space and time then. Ah, well, good. Right, so Tiefling's not here, and you want to know why we want to see the Morning Lord? I guess in short, we have some questions about deity in general, although I will say that my friend Lysander, who just saw himself out, he was more so the thrust behind that particular pelvis. So, yes, I suppose we'll wait for him, and I'll just not ramble any longer. Anyone?
Why don't you guys wait here? I'm gonna go see if I can get what that was about out of Lysander.
Yes, you would be the better choice for that for sure. Oh, it's just me and you, Eclipse. How about that? Oh, and
Rava Hess. His name's Rava Hess. I'll say as I'm leaving.
Yes, as I said, not everything is for everyone's intellectual prowess.
Right. So I see you want to stick with that line, huh? Good.
Memory is quite a skill, and not everyone is as skilled as others, and that is okay. Perhaps you have other gifts.
Yes, I do have other gifts, but...
Oh, that is most excellent. I love when people have gifts that they can share.
Oh, you would like me to share a gift with you?
Oh, only if you would like to show me what you are capable of. If not, I understand some things are personal.
I see. Well, in that case, I am I'm going to cast suggestion on this. What's his name again? Hess.
Rava Hess.
Hess, yeah. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him, and I'm going to say, well, Mr. Hess, you are going to apologize to me profusely. You're going to kiss my boots, and you are going to beg for my forgiveness. And once you have finished doing that, you are going to take 5 minutes to stretch out, because bending down the floor is just not good business for someone as old as you.
And as he does so, for the DM, I would like to cast Counterspell.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
Yes. Oh, my dear new friend, that was wonderful. I see you are proficient in the arcane arts. I love all things arcana.
Well, color me intrigued. I appear to have underestimated you, good sir. I will ask for your forgiveness at this point.
Oh, my friend, there is no need to ask for my forgiveness. I always will be happy to forgive and forget.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well then, so what are your thoughts on oral, if you don't mind, since that is actually the main reason why we are wanting to know more about the Morning Lord?
I see. And I suppose this is another deity that you have wronged in some way or righted in some way?
I'm starting to lose track of the ways I've wronged her. No, it's more so the idea that we're concerned about the extent of her control and what she'll do with it if she goes unchecked, and we would like to come up with ways to counteract her, and that's the main reason why we came seeking. Oh, good lord, I cannot remember the tiefling's name for the life of me, and it's been said like 6 times already. You're right, sir, I need to eat more fish or something. Actually, that's all I eat. I don't know what my fucking problem is. But anyways, yeah, apparently he had specific information of this that we were going to get. Once again, Lysander's really the brains behind this. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing here, if I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, boy.
And
Well,
go ahead.
what I remember about this dear man that you seek is perhaps he is not the wealth of knowledge you think that he may be. I might only trust a portion of what he says.
Interesting. And you speak as if you can fill in the blanks that he would leave for us.
Well, I have spent the vast majority of my life with my head in books, so to speak.
All right, well, I guess here's my question then. Given the nature of the Morning Lord, we feel like of all deities, they could be the one, or he could be the one, to most likely counteract the effects of oral. Would this be an accurate theory, or are we barking up the wrong tree, as it were?
Well, from what I know about deities, it's best not to get too involved. You see, they don't always like to be held in check, but when the need arises, they seem to hold each other in check. Perhaps you should just continue investigating what this oral, you said?
Yes.
What this oral desires. And what is it that fuels this oral? And perhaps upon learning that, you can also learn how to counteract such things.
Ah, very good, very good. So let me run this by you then, since you seem to actually have a lot of knowledge in this area. We were thinking of attempting to counteract her following, as that is the key to becoming a full-on deity, by, attempting to, the word here, spread rumor about her power and that it's not all it's cracked up to be, citing specifically the example of people fear her because she creates blizzards and winter storms. But we were recently around Dugan's Hole, and we saw an ice throne used that created the same exact effect that Oro creates, except it wasn't by her power. And perhaps trying to take away people's fear of her by explaining that her power might not be of her own self, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I see. Well, this is an excellent idea. Tell me, how long will all of you plan to be alive?
Well, truth be told, if I had it my way, I wouldn't die at all. But unfortunately, that is not the nature of my current vessel, so I'm looking at another 90 years, probably.
Oh, then this is a very bad idea. You see, to cause harm to a god in such a way would take many, many lifetimes. You would have to get their followers to stop believing in them, and perhaps throw themselves behind another deity. And that, my dear friend, could take hundreds, perhaps thousands of years.
I see. And what if she isn't actually a full-on deity yet? Still the same thing?
Well, in that case, if she is not a deity, then perhaps my first course of action might be best. You learn about what she needs, who she is, and how she might be defeated.
Ah, so the traditional ways of defeating somebody.
Well, yes, they are very traditional ways, but there are a reason why they are traditional. They work. It is
Indeed.
how we defeated the giants.
Indeed. All right, well, thank you. I do appreciate your 2 cents on this matter. You've actually saved me a good deal of potential wasted time, so I do appreciate the tips.
Oh, you are most welcome. And perhaps, if I might,
Please.
someone should check on your dear friend Lysander besides Vega. Perhaps his good friend Robber Hess can be of assistance as well.
You would like to go check on Lysander?
Of course, I think the more hands on deck, so to speak, the better.
That makes sense in the case of a ship. But, why not? Let's all go and throw Lysander a surprise you're freaked out party.
And with that, we will actually pause and take our break for the first half of the episode. Oh, okay.
To preface what he is walking out into, Lysander is screaming, wailing, this metallic, horrible shriek. If he could cry, he would be sobbing uncontrollably and pounding his fists into the ground, throwing snow up into the air, just violently thrashing out and cursing and screaming at the sky, "You bastard! You fucking bastard! Ah! Ah! Oh my god! Ah!"
Okay. Well, upon seeing that, Vega will just approach him and go, Lysander, hey, what's going on, bud? What's going on?
He looks up at him, and if he could cry tears, they would be streaming down his face. And he's trying to collect himself. I've been gone for 1,300 years.
What?
he just falls to the ground on his knees and hands, tries to collect himself. Okay.
1,300 years.
Last I checked, the year was 205.
Ooh. What happened?
I don't even know now. As I told you, as many of you probably have figured out, I wasn't always this way. I've kept it to myself apparently for over a millennia. I disrupted the cult of the Lord of Hell. And he told me that when my flesh was depleted by the next blood moon, my soul would be enslaved to him in hell. So I had to get creative. And I met with a very powerful necromancer who found a way to transfer my life essence into what you see before you. The last thing I remember was my previous form being placed into a vat, and then I woke up in an icy valley like this.
1,300 years later.
It would appear that way.
Holy shit there, bud.
My mother is dead. Everyone I've known and loved is dead.
Yeah, for quite some time now, I would say.
I was waiting to find my mother because I didn't exactly know how to break this, as I gestured to myself, to her. And now she died never knowing what happened to me. What did he do to me? What, 1,300 years?
What? Do you remember the necromancer's name?
Odavok.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna need you to spell that for me.
Yeah, I. Oh.
And it's about at this time that Lek and Rabahas and Eclipse make their way out of the House of the Morning Lord.
But was Lysander always your name? Was that your name back then too?
Yes.
What was your mother's name? Because I will be doing research at every library we stop at until I can find you some answers.
I should have looked that up before. It's been a long time since I've looked through my backstory here, but I will get that to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to remember to research that at libraries because Vega will want to be finding some answers for Lysander, and apparently he can find them in history books.
It's not
Because-
Martha, is it?
Oh my god, if it's Martha, I quit.
It's not my
Okay, good.
Turns out she's been the pastry lady all this time.
It's Marla.
The pastry lady is Lysander's mom.
Can you imagine the outrage? Nick would be
Oh,
so
man.
upset.
She doesn't look a day over.
But she was from the town of Philoenel. I can tell you that. Spell that?
So Eclipse and Lek, as you guys come out and see Vega consoling Lysander and Lysander dictating this information, how would you guys like to approach the situation?
Is everything okay out here?
No, it is not okay.
Well, is there anything we can do to help with this situation?
You said Rava Hess is out there?
Yeah.
Not unless this man figures out how to time travel back 1,300 years.
Oh, my friend, time travel is an accident. I did not mean to come here.
Are you saying you also didn't realize it was 1503 Lysander? And that you chose the number 1300 because that's where when you're from?
I'm from the year 205.
Oh my.
Oh my. The understatement of the millennia.
2 millennia
You
since
actually
you've been
can say
across
that.
2.
Indeed.
Yes.
2.
I am shattered.
Well, I mean, if I could be so bold, it sounds like you could use a drink, Lysander.
I think that it would be wonderful.
Thanks then.
Yes, other business can wait. Yeah, let's go find a nearby tavern or brothel. I was just seeing if you're paying attention to me, Eclipse. Tavern it is.
Keep your distance. I can smell your pants from here.
Calm or shit.
Jesus
Shut
Christ.
up. For all that is holy. Gods.
Ah.
As long as it's not both.
Vote now on your phones.
You gonna piss your pants, huh? Maybe shit and cum?
Ooh, that'd be the shum bucket.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Feel good, Lysander.
So,
what the fuck do you think?
Sam, can Robba Hess go ahead and find a way home now?
sure, if you would like to. But you've used your last teleportation slot arriving here, so you're actually stuck here at least for a long rest.
I have, unfortunately.
Oh, well, I'll catch up with you guys. Actually, Rava Hess, if I could borrow you for one moment longer, if you have the time.
Well, since I am going to be here a little while, I always have time for my friends.
Excellent. So I'm gonna kind of pull off to the side. So you strike me as a man who has a certain amount of expertise when it comes to magical items. Is that right?
Oh, I have been known to dabble.
Very good. So these boots I have on, I know they have magical properties, but I do not have the required expertise to divine what exactly they are, aside from the fact that they keep me marvelously warm and they fit to my feet perfectly. Would you possess the expertise to help me figure out their full range of capabilities?
Well, I could be persuaded to do that in the morning for you. At this time, that's not something I could do. But rest assured, in the morning, as I am thumbing through my spell book, I could potentially do that.
Perfect. And will I find you at the same place in the morning?
Well, I don't think I would like to stay here all alone. If it's all right, perhaps I will just stay at the inn instead.
Very good, then I will probably see you there.
If you're staying at the inn, by all means, please stop to say hello.
Oh, of course I shall do. I shall, of course, say hello to my friends. And in that case, I will see you in the morning.
Oh, yes. Now, a quick question. Do you think that your Chardolin friend there will be all right?
Well, his temperament can go to extremes fairly easily, as you've recently witnessed, but I suspect once he gets some libation in him, he'll be just fine. But I'll let him know that you were concerned. I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Oh, yes, please do. I always am concerned for my new friends.
Very good. Then I will bid you a good day, and I will see you in the morning.
Oh, very well. If you do make it to the inn in time, perhaps you will stop by my table.
Of course. I will see you, perhaps then. Right.
And does that mean Ravahes has taken his leave from the group, or that sounded like a send-off?
For Lek, yes, but I am quite concerned about Lysa.
Okay. You make your way over to the group of Lysander, Eclipse, and Vega.
So, my new metallic friend, I hope that it is not I that has upset you so.
No, not at all.
Is there perchance anything else that I might do for you, given that I cannot travel you through time?
Well, I didn't get to speak with you about what we came here to speak with you, or the tiefling we sought about, but any information that you have regarding the sun deity and the House of the Morning Lord would be much appreciated.
Well,
And then,
after your abrupt leaving, I did speak to your friends at length about such things.
well, then I won't burden you to repeat it. Thank you. This was something that I needed to know.
Yes, I do understand it. I am so sorry for your plight.
I put my hand on his shoulder, say, "Thank you. You are very kind."
Well, I try to be as kind as I can. You see, Trevor and I, well, this is quite the journey for us. It is nice to meet new friends.
Yes, it is. But in the meanwhile, my friend, unless you care to join us, I am going to find a way to get myself drunk, as I have not done so, apparently, in over 1,300 years.
Well, of course, I would be happy to accompany you, my new friends.
Then come along. I'm gonna walk to the nearest tavern where there is strong drink.
Yeah, the nearest tavern from where you are at this point would in fact be the North Look, and you start to head in that direction as you've been there before. With a new outlook on life, Lysander is rejuvenated, is the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Trying to deal with his new situation, but as you guys make your way over towards the tavern, we will go ahead and jump back to the purchasing party, who decided to go on a little shopping spree, and you actually run into each other in the market square and are casually passing by at this time. So much time has not passed, but you were able to cross paths in the market square. Do you acknowledge each other, or do you move on?
Oh, hello. Good to see you. Did you find what you were looking for?
Not to that certain extent, I suppose.
Andy sounds a lot like Eclipse for some reason.
I think it's Adriana, myself, Zizix, and Carcass.
Yes.
Okay, I missed who it was too, so I was a little confused as well.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I called
No
you guys
worries.
the purchasing party. My bad.
I was about to answer, and then and I was like, oh, maybe I'm not.
So, did you find what you were looking for?
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know. It wasn't anything particular. But
Nothing
we're
particular.
still looking.
Of course, of course. I, on the other hand, got a nice new fresh set of armor and a very shiny new rapier. I'm very pleased with it. Zizix, actually, I was curious. I don't know
That's
if
nice.
this...
Did I do anything special?
Well, it's a bit more effective than my last one, but I was actually curious if you might be able to make use of something.
I could make use of lots of things.
That's wonderful. And I'll push over the box with the screaming armor inside. Take a look at this. Tell me if there's anything you can make use of it for. You can't have it yet. I need to know what you might intend with it.
Andy looks at it disdainfully.
So what, the armor is just screaming?
So this
I'm
closed
sorry.
box, you hear a lot of muffled noises coming from inside.
Relax, it's not a person.
Zizix will look up at him and say, well, seeing some of your actions, I mean, I gotta double check.
I haven't killed anyone today, if that's what you're implying.
I'm not implying that you kill anyone today.
We've all killed people. Everyone's killed people here.
Well, it's the motives that's the issue.
He
Just
does
open
have
the
a
box.
point.
What? What? It's the one?
Sticks. What?
Anyway, what's in the box?
Well, it's not the head of a woman named Gwyneth, much to my own disappointment, but take a look in the hell. Open the box and show him the armor.
What are you doing to me? Acid alert! The light, it sounds great.
Well, that's interesting.
Ah,
Can I roll something to see if I can kind of understand?
Yeah, you can go
Just
ahead and
off
make
the top
an
of my head, know
Arcana
what it
check.
is.
Yeah, Arcana check. I don't know if you were able to hear me the first time.
Yeah, sorry. I was just
Okay.
checking my skill sets to make sure I don't. So my Artificer's Law gives me twice my proficiency bonus to history checks related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices.
So you would make your roll and then add your proficiency.
So Arcana is int. They're okay. They're both. So, okay.
What you got?
27.
So you immediately recognize this is sentient armor. This is armor that has a mind of its own. You've heard of swords and shields having a sentient being held within them, a spirit almost, but this one quite literally has a mouth, and it's opening with every word that is spoken.
what's the big idea?
Now, I'm just introducing you to a friend. Armor, this is Zizix. Zizix, this is Exus, right?
Exis, that's correct. And I haven't seen anyone with this pink beard before. That's weird, man. Ugh.
Very fascinating. I'll close the box again. What did you think?
Where did you get that, and why do you have it?
No, I thought it might be useful for something.
Do you know what that is?
Not entirely. I didn't try it on myself.
Well, I'm gonna do you a solid here and say don't put that on.
Oh? What will happen? I'm curious now.
Well, I mean, you can put it on if you're curious. I'm actually kind of curious myself to see exactly what would happen. I think it's up to the being that's inside of it.
I don't think I want to risk my own life, but I'm sure we can find someone. But what do you think? Do you think this might be something that perhaps in another town we might be able to get rid of for a decent price?
Good luck with that.
It was a fair trade.
I don't know if anyone would really want that besides maybe the person that put them into that object.
That could prove interesting. Certainly a nice little bargaining chip.
I mean, maybe for the right person, but good luck with that.
Yes, I suppose so. Gargus, did you find anything?
No, Carcass. Well, we did see a great axe, but the sticks, he's told them no.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, it's not. I mean, the price is what's wrong with it.
How much was it?
They were looking to try and get 400 gold.
No, that's a bit more than I have on me, but Maybe we could take another run at it. I might be
they
able
would-
to help drop the price.
They wouldn't even take my shield for what it's worth.
I
All
mean,
about
that's...
markup value.
Yes, of course. That's usually how these things work, but... Very well. If there's nothing more here, perhaps we can find something else. DM, is there, like, a butcher?
Yeah, you could definitely find a butcher.
I want to see, like, how much it might cost to buy, like, a good portion of a cow or something like that.
Okay, sure.
Adriana, did you want to accompany to buy some beef?
Oh, sure. I could always use some of that. Carcass loves it.
Yes, that was my thought exactly.
All right. So, you guys. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, they're welcome to come with as well. But if not, no worries. I'm not offended.
Well,
If you are buying food, I would like to go.
Of course, Carcass.
Yes,
Yeah.
join us.
I actually want to go and look at for some more magical items. It's been a while since we've been to a town this size.
I spent 2 years here. It kind of gets old after a little while.
Well, can you point me to the direction of where I could find some items?
Is there anywhere else other than the 2 shops that I've already been to that could sell some magic items? Or
yeah, there are. Let's see here. Is there any particular genre that you're looking for, like alchemist, scribe, armorer, trader?
Probably just some actual ammo.
A wand, right? Perhaps. Okay. So
yeah, wand or like a magical
Cube
sword. something.
Force.
Yeah,
Cube of
you know,
Force,
Cube
yeah,
of Force
yeah.
would be good.
So Silas would be aware of Doma's Hauberks, and that's on the other side of town, closer towards the inn.
is that on the way to the butcher shop or out of the way?
Sort of on the way, yeah.
We could take you over to Doma's and you could see what they have for you, and if you wish to come to the butcher shop with us afterwards, you're welcome to, or you could head back to the inn, whichever you prefer.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll come with you guys until we come across the shop.
Wonderful. I really like this arrangement of the angels. It's nice.
Angels.
Don't worry about
What's
it.
what are you talking about?
The team, Silas's Angels. It's a wonderful name.
You have a team? Where?
We're all the team.
Where are
all
they?
of us.
Oh, hey, hang on. You have a team and you're with us? What the hell?
No, you are the team. You, Elephant
No.
Man, Tin Man, Eclipse of the Moon, Carcass, Lek, Adriana here. That's the team. Silas's Angels. And myself.
You're funny. You got an issue in your head.
Well, you aren't necessarily wrong. Thank you for the
Huh?
compliment.
Kind of explains a lot, to be honest.
It's called trauma. All the cool kids have it.
Oh, buddy.
Come, let's find you some armor.
And so you guys start to make your way downtown, walking fast. Snow plows past, and you're homebound. Thank you.
Nice.
I was gonna wait on that for as long as I had to.
I'll play it on my lute.
I'm away. Oh, go fuck yourself. Do 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 do.
Haul in ass because it's cold out.
So, you guys make your way to Doma's hauberks, and this is manned by a dwarf, and he greets you and he says, "Welcome to Doma's hauberks. What can I help you with?"
Yes, good sir. Do you have any magical items?
Well, that depends. I have, of course, my armor around here, but I have a collection of protective charms and talismans as well.
Oh, I'd be interested in that as well.
Okay, what kind of stuff you got?
Well, I have a selection of adamantine. This is, comes in nearly every shape and size. It is the premium armor.
Okay, and what's magical about it?
Well, let me tell you that adamantine itself is the best material to wear on your bones. You could take that great axe that man has there and just try to chop your arm off with it, and it wouldn't cut through the bone at all. It would absorb so much of the blow that it wouldn't critically hurt you.
Can we field test this?
No.
I
Because
actually think that's a wonderful idea.
I know very well that
So my friend-
I am not going to be the test subject. That I am going to be the test
No,
subject,
no,
and
no,
I
no.
do not consent.
I mean, just have it down on the ground and see if we can cut through it.
Now you
I mean,
can't.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't know you from Adam, so I ain't gonna put that on me. And have my friend Carcass here take a swing, 'cause I know he'll take me clean off.
Let me put it this way. If there's a scale to a 1 to 20 on how much something's gonna hurt, if something normally is on the scale of side of 20, and it is a 20, it's actually only gonna be a 19. If that spells it out for you.
So it somehow reduces it by 1, is what you're saying.
It'll never be the best hit that you can get, because even with the best blow, it'll just feel like a glancing blow and not a full-on contact swing.
So I'll ask my question again. What's magical about it?
That is the magic.
Yes, I believe it's the reduced hit.
So is this a spell that's imbued on the object or on the armor, or is it just hard?
It's the adamantine itself.
Okay. Maybe I didn't make myself clear. I'm looking for magical objects. And he's gonna wave his hands, spirit fingers, as he says magical.
So, I guess basically in layman's terms, it can't crit on you.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
All
there's
right.
your armor that you want, man.
I picked up what you were laying down, Sam.
Thank you.
I picked up as well. I was just being.
Perhaps the adamantium armor kind of turns the weave of fate to keep your head attached to your shoulders, so to speak.
That's one way of putting it.
Above table, is it plate?
No, so adamantine armor comes in many different types. There's splint, there's ring, there's plate, half plate, breastplate. It is a heavier set of armor usually, but like it's not going to be leather because adamantine is a metal. So anything that's like a metal type of armor, you'd be able to make in
Okay.
adamantine.
Okay, so from myself, I can take light or medium armor. Would that constitute as medium armor?
I think it's all heavy. Let's see. Oh no, I guess
No, because
breastplate
Des had
is
some.
medium.
Yeah, the breastplate is what Des wanted.
So the heavy stuff that you couldn't get would be plate, splint, chain, and ring mail. Half plate, breastplate, scale mail, chain shirt, and hide. Or not hide, but chain shirt. You can make it a adamantium chain shirt.
Well, out of curiosity, how much are you selling that for?
600 gold.
Okay, what's next?
And he comes out and bends over, grabs another pair of armor, and he says, this green studded leather here, this is a magical item, I can tell you that.
And what does that do, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it says, so they say, I haven't tested this myself, but you see these dark green patches over here? This is actually the contact point where this armor actually absorbs all of the poisons out of your body.
I think I had a cousin who used to sell pills that did that, but this seems a bit more trustworthy.
You can call this the armor of resistance.
Zizix, do you work with a lot of poisons? It could be useful.
I mean, I can make potions that can do the same thing.
Oh, very well. What else, armor-wise? Do you have something that might be able to fit this friend, or... And he'll point over to Adriana. That one.
And he'll look over to Adriana and say, how heavy is your armor? Is that chainmail?
Yeah.
Let's see what I got here.
If you have something heavier, as long as it's affordable.
I have this chainmail of cold, if that interests you.
What does that do?
Oh, basically, it if you ever feeling overly hot, it'll cool you down. And you won't get, if you were to be thrown in the fire, the flames, it'll only feel like you were a half in.
Zizix is gonna look out the window and say, "Sir, do you know what's happening outside?"
Yeah, it's cold outside, that's right.
When would this ever be useful right now?
Listen, don't think I'm not fully aware of the circumstances going on out there. Why do you think this thing's still on the goddamn shelf?
And he did mention the fire and the flames. We might be dealing with a force of dragons one day. We don't know.
Well, you know, they always say through the fire and the flames you carry on. So, this armor will help you do that.
Oh,
That is what they say.
Is that what they say? I've never heard that.
I went to college with a gentleman named Herman who used to say that all the time.
College? What's college?
I'm a bard. I go to college.
What's a college?
It's like an advanced schooling for folks like me. It's where we learn how to hone our craft.
Oh, so you dropped out, huh?
No, I graduated. I had a scholarship, otherwise it would have cost a lot of coin.
Man, they really rate you through the calls.
First degree.
Really low bar.
My classes weren't necessarily on being liked, just being effective.
I get your money back, man.
I can show you just how effective I am if you wish.
Now some of us.
Have you seen my friend Carcass right here?
Hello, I am Carcass.
I have. I'm not concerned.
Well, I think if he was charging at you with that great axe of his.
Again, I'm not concerned. I'm not threatening your life here, Zizix.
I'm not saying you are.
Okay, so we're on agreement. Anyway, what other items do you have?
And you see during that conversation, he's actually snuck away, and he brings out a box, and he says, "Now, what I have in this box, this is some of my personal collection, but I'm willing to part with it for the right price." And he opens it up, and he pulls out this amulet that has a very nice green emblazoned sphere in it. And he says, if you ever find yourself in a tight spot and you need to spurt somebody with some burning fluid, this is the thing to do it. This will cast acid spray.
Any interest
Interesting.
in that?
Is it a one-time use?
You can do it twice a day, and then you can do it twice again the next day. But there is a chance that if you use both charges, as with most enchanted amulets, that it can break.
Interesting. How much do you want for that?
This one, I would be willing to part with for about 150.
Would you take a bag of holding?
You have a bag of holding?
I can get one for you.
I would absolutely take a bag of holding for this.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes.
Will do. And he places the amulet on the counter and closes up the box, and he says, is there anything else I can interest you in?
Not unless you have more.
I do have more.
Well, what you got?
And he pulls out another one, another amulet, and this one has a green circle on it as well, but then there's many other colors all around imbued on it. And he says, this is color spray. If you haven't used that spell before, it's kind of like blinding your enemy in a cone. So if you're surrounded by 2 or 3 guys, you can cast this and have the ability to blind them and get away.
Ooh. That's intriguing.
This one you can use 3 times a day, and same effects apply if you use it more than 3 times, but this one goes for another 220 is where I've got it at.
Would you take a bag of holding for the second one?
2 bags of holding?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I would.
Well, okay. Give me 10 minutes. Actually,
How do you have so many bags of holding?
that's the right question. Anyways, would you be willing to do a trade tomorrow?
I can hold these for you for another bag of holding.
You know what? I could do it right now.
All right, I'll take 2 bags of holding then.
Okay, so Zizix is going to turn to Pointy and just tap him on the head in a very specific combination type, code,
Yeah.
and he's gonna power down,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take his crystal out, and then I'm going to then ask the shopkeeper, do you have just any bags around?
Yeah. Are you saying you can make bags of holding?
Maybe.
And he's like, yeah, I got bags. And he runs off back to the side room, and he comes back with 4 bags. He says, which one works best?
The one that has the least amount of worth.
He says, all right, interesting. And he takes 2 of the leather satchels away and gives you a couple of the cloth variety.
Okay. Then Zizix is going to just take them, and squeeze it in his hand just like he does with the stones.
Yeah.
That he kind of manipulates, and then he says, "Okay, here you go." And I'm going to infuse both of the bags with a bag of holding.
Okay. And he says, wow, that was really quick.
Now I got a disclaimer.
Okay.
Never put one inside the other. Bad things happen. Trust me.
What happens?
Well, let's just say that you won't be in this plane anymore.
So if I do this, and he starts to put one bag inside of the other, slowly, and he makes eye contact with you as he starts to do it.
Oh God. I'm sorry, Sam. Can you say that again? My internet cut out a little.
Oh, so he starts to, you mean like this, and starts to put the bags closer to each other, and he's looking at you as he's moving the bag to go inside of the other bag.
Zizix is gonna yell, "Stop, you idiot!"
And he does it. Everything becomes white around everyone here. You are thrown into this vast room of just white. It's like some sort of void or singularity. And you look around and you see these moving little orbs that are just kind of floating around, and you see them wisp away and disintegrate.
Well, wasn't expecting this to be the way I die. Interesting.
More of these little wisps come right up, and they focus around eye level at you, and then they kind of disintegrate away into nothingness.
Well, Zizix, what do we do now?
Can Zizix cash in all of his luck points to see if they didn't actually go into the void?
You certainly can, but I would recommend not.
Okay.
Caucus, can you hit the void?
What is a void?
The white around us.
Okay, and I will lazily punch at the white around us.
Okay, roll a D100.
that is a 46.
You were telling me you were rolling hundreds earlier, but
That is with my dice here.
aha. So yeah,
I think I cannot use them for anything.
So you just lazily punch around in this white void. It's just completely empty except for yourselves.
Well, we're gonna be here for a while. Wants to play this game I heard of. I think it's called Dungeons and Dragons.
No, that sounds like a stupid game.
Come on, Carcass. I'm sure you'll actually be quite good at it.
Can I try to like not lazily hit the void?
Sure, what would you like to swing at?
The white does.
Okay. And you take a swing and roll a d100.
Is it registering for you? Because I keep clicking it, but it's not showing for me.
Let me see. I didn't have the log up. It's saying it's pending.
Your roll is lost in the void.
Yeah, it's lost in the void, it would seem. So it looks like you remain in the void.
There, I tried again.
Vanished in the void.
I got a 5.
All right. And with that, Andy takes a swing into the void, and then she's gone.
She annoyed the void.
Well, she's dead. That's unfortunate. I was gonna try and get her some armor.
I hope wherever she goes, she brings Carcass back some food.
Well, that was the goal of the butcher shop. I realize some of you I haven't necessarily gotten off on the right foot with. And after Adriana's generosity, I was trying to make amends in a way.
Is the shopkeeper with us?
No, the shopkeeper is not with you guys.
Is he with me?
He is not with you.
Am I dead?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not.
Zizix, might I ask a question?
You just did.
Might I ask you yet another question? Not this one. Yet another after it.
Well, yeah, out with it.
It seems clear that the shopkeeper might not have been all there. Why would you tempt him to destroy the universe, as it were?
Just so that way he didn't do it accidentally? This one seemed to be on purpose. I mean, that's not on me.
No, not at all. Not on you at all. It's just... How the hell do we get out of here?
Sam, would Zizix understand different planes with his knowledge of magical history?
You would know that plane walking is possible. You've read about people who have done it before, but you haven't read about other planes of existence, in particularly anything that resembles this. This white void with these purple, blackish wisps that are just fluttering around before disintegrating into nothing.
Ugh, it's the PS5 launch. Might I be able to roll Arcana to see if I know a way out of here?
Sure. If you guys both would like to roll Arcana, you can go right ahead. Carcass, you can also do it if you would like.
Yes, because Carcass is very good at things like that.
That would be a 12.
12.
Carcass got a 9.
22 for.
So the secret of the void seems to elude Silas and Carcass, but Zizix, you start to really think and contemplate, and you think perhaps these wisps are remnants of the reality that you had just left as they're dissipating away for some unknown reason.
Okay. Zizix is going to turn to Carcass. Hey, Carcass, can you pull me up onto your shoulders?
Oh, yes, of course I can do that. And I will pick Zizix up and put him on my shoulders.
All right.
I'm gonna try and grab one of the wisps.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a D100.
$72.
72. And Silas, in the blink of an eye, as Zizix reaches out for a wisp, he and Carcass, as Carcass is grabbing hold of Zizix, vanish out of the void, and you remain here in white nothingness that exists around you.
Silas will take a moment and kind of look at the closest wisp.
See it kind of fluttering around near where Zizix was, and then you start to see it start to flicker.
He'll take a very deep breath, close his eye, and says, well, if this is it, Rosalind, I love you. And he'll grab at the wisp.
Right. Go ahead and roll a D100.
$16.
16. And you are... The bright light of white intensifies like the light of 1,000 suns as you reach out and grab this wisp. And then suddenly, you find yourself entering a shop in Bryn Shander, next to Carcass, Zizix, and Andy.
That was fun.
Well, that was new.
Wait, hold on. I see myself entering a shop, or we...
No.
Oh,
You
okay.
find yourself. Like, you are currently entering, and then a male dwarf enters and is standing over at the counter, and he says, "Welcome to Domus Hallbergs. How can I help you?"
Andy's gonna back out of the shop.
Hold on. I have something for this. Can I get maybe your finest kind of plate armor?
Sure. I have a black iron breastplate right here.
And what does that do? Please tell me.
It's just made of black iron. There's nothing too special about it, but it's very hardy.
DM above table, is it better than whatever Adriana has?
No. It would not be better.
Do you see my friend over there?
Yeah?
The one who just walked out.
Yes.
I'm looking for something better than that.
Chainmail. It caught the reflection in what's left of the sunlight. I have some split mail I can part ways with.
And does it have any enchantments about it?
No enchantments. It's hard to come by.
And how much are you looking for this?
200 gold for the splint mail.
What about a ring of protection or a cloak of protection? Something such as that. Sorry for using the names. A ring or a cloak to make us a bit more harder to hit.
Let me see. I don't have anything like what you said, like what you named. I do have this cloak of elven kind.
That would be very interesting. Absolutely. And how much do you want for that?
Well, that's definitely worth quite a bit more than that splint mail over there. Looking probably to a tune of 400, 500 gold.
I want to propose a deal for you, and can I try and cast friends on him?
Sure.
Okay, I can do it once at will, for my variant tiefling.
Uh-huh.
So, one moment here. Oh, yeah, since it's not hostile towards me, I guess I just get advantage. Cool.
Yep.
Hold on, I hit the wrong button. Accidentally hit heat metals damaged. Here's my offer to you. I have inside this mysterious box an armor of unknown value and power, but I assure you, it's great. I offer you a trade. That splint mail and that cloak for my mystery box.
Really? Go ahead and make your persuasion at advantage.
Both are 24s.
Wow, look at that. He says, well, I trust you. And I can tell by this fancy box that you're telling the truth. So I'll let you have it.
Thank you, good sir. And I'll hand him the box that has the armor of Exos in it. And I'll take the splint, which I probably have trouble carrying, and the cloak. And I'll be like, well, good day, good sir. Thank you for your patronage. And I'll head back up and be like, Adriana, I bring you a gift.
And he looks back and raises both eyebrows. Huh?
Yes, I knew getting that other armor would be very useful. And I brought you some splint mail.
Oh, well, thank you.
I figured you helped me, so the least I could do is try to help you.
I appreciate it, Silas. That's very nice of you.
Of course.
I'll take it.
I have this cloak, too. Might be useful, or I could wear it.
Well, I mean, it's yours to do with what you will.
I mean, it would look fantastic on me, but I figure it might help you as well.
What does it do?
I'm not Could I roll an Arcana check?
Sure.
$18?
So you start to look over this cloak, and you see as you kind of manipulate it into its standing form, it has a nice hood on it. That once you put your hand inside of the hood, it oddly just becomes tougher to see as seemingly as it turns to the side, it kind of hits a blind spot, if you will. Not invisibility, but it's pretty close.
Might make you harder to see if you're trying to hide from the right people. Like I said, either one of us could really use it.
Well, usually I give us away when we're trying to sneak because of my heavy armor. Do you think it would be more beneficial for you to take it and be particularly good at it, or for me to take it and for us as a whole to be more quiet?
I think us as a whole being more quiet would probably be beneficial to Silas's angels as a collective.
I will point out above table that the reason why heavy armor has disadvantage is because of the sound it makes, not so much that you're able to be seen.
Good point.
Okay. So would you not rule it as an advantage and a disadvantage canceling out?
It would be depending on, well, that's tough, right? Because, well, let me think.
Yeah, I know mechanics-wise they pull each other out, but if you want to go from a logic standpoint, Silas will just take it. So
We'll go ahead and say it cancels out the disadvantage, because I think that's fair. It's a wondrous item after all.
yes, I feel like it might be useful for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Silas. That's nice of you.
Of course, you were nice to me, Andy.
Thanks.
Tell anyone I called you that. I will cut out your tongue, Adriana. I have a
Good
reputation to
try.
uphold.
All right.
So, who wants to go buy a cow?
Hang on. Sorry. Are we still in the shop, or did they?
So Silas had went out to go catch up with Andy outside of the
Okay.
shop. So that leaves Zizix and Carcass inside still.
Okay. So Zizix will go up to the shopkeep and say, okay, did we learn our lesson?
What are you talking about?
Why you don't put bag of holding inside of another bag of holding?
Sir, I'm sorry, but I've never seen you before.
Okay. So, did you see us walk into this shop?
Yeah, just now.
Well, do you have those amulets?
What amulets?
The magical ones.
Oh, no, I don't have any amulets. I just sell armor here, and then I have munitions that I make for myself on the side.
But no magical items.
No, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of magic in my repertoire, but these ammunitions, they can pack a punch. They're sort of magical, I'd say. I got arrows that can explode. I've got blow darts that'll make people go to sleep. All these I've created myself.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you for your time. And Ziz
thanks
is
for
gonna
stopping
turn
by.
back. He's gonna turn back to Pointy and put the crystal back into him. And walk turn to Carcass and say, Carcass, let's get out of here.
Oh, okay. We can go.
So we'll head outside and catch up with Silas and Andy.
All right. And they're just right outside the door. It looks like Andy is donning a new cloak.
And Ziz is gonna say, guys, something's weird here. That guy said that he had no magical items and had no recollection of the bag of holdings that I gave him.
Well, I mean, I just bought magical items from him. At least one.
This was different. This was weird.
To specify in retcon to make myself clear, he only has a few, and that Cloak of Elvenkind was the last magical cloak that he had.
check your pockets. Do you happen to have the products that you reached for earlier?
I mean, above table, I don't think I actually reached for the stuff. I just gave him the items, so.
Didn't grab them.
No, I didn't grab them.
Well, if we're not where we should be, I guess there's no consequences. Let's go murder someone.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like
No.
fun.
See,
Let.
Marcus is on board. Think of all the free meat we could get if you just kill a butcher.
That does sound like a lot of meat.
I'll buy you some meat, Carcass.
Oh, okay. But it has been so long since I got to kill anything.
And Adriana,
can't just kill
currency means
indiscriminately.
nothing anymore.
Of course it does.
No, these people might not even take gold. They may take doll hairs or something.
Silas, I think you might be taking this a little too seriously.
I don't know. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Let's go and try and find the others.
Good idea.
Could we stop by the butcher shop first? I'm trying to butter up Carcass a little.
So long as you don't murder anyone.
Oh, I only like the meat. I don't like the butter.
I'll make sure that the meat is not buttered. Do you want it salted?
That is okay. They could just cut it off for me.
Sounds good.
So
But how much would a cow or half a cow cost?
half a cow goes for 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll buy that for Carcass.
Jeez, that's cheap.
Yeah, it's 10 gold a cow.
You know what? I'll buy the whole cow if that's okay.
That's totally fine. He only has a couple in stock, but he'll relinquish 1 cow.
Carcass, see this?
Yes, it is meat.
Is it a still living cow or is it already slaughtered?
He says he can provide the slaughtering fee for another 3 gold on top of the 10.
No, our friend here can do the slaughtering.
Cat wants my attention.
Provided you want to slaughter Carcass.
Oh no, I don't want to slaughter Carcass.
Not you, the cow.
Oh, yes, I will kill a cow. That is fine.
Alright, kill the cow, eat the cow, it's yours. Go nuts, my friend.
Okay, and I will go over and try and start shoving the cow into my bag.
All right. The live cow.
Yes, it
Okay.
is mine now.
So where do you start? Do you grab it by the head or the hooves?
Yeah, just right at the head. Just open my bag and try and shove the cow in.
So you open up the bag and you put it over the hood of the cow, and it goes, "Moo!" and starts to shake its head away and struggle away from you.
I will just take the bag off and look back at Silas with an angry face.
Hit it with your axe!
Shit.
And then you see. Did you say you look inside your bag?
No, I'll look back at Silas and just
Oh,
say,
Silas.
this cow does not fit.
Yes, you have to slaughter it first. Get it into smaller pieces. Or Zizix, could you make one of those bags?
I'm sorry, I'm fresh out.
That's a shame. Hit it with your axe, Carcass. I believe in you.
Oh, okay. I will try and hit it with my great axe.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
That is a 19.
Sorry, what was that?
It is a 19.
19. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 12 points of damage.
And you eviscerate this cow in one blow as it falls down to the ground and dead.
Okay, I will try and bend down and start putting it into the bag.
So while it's dead and bleeding out, it still doesn't fully fit into the bag until you chop it up into more pieces.
Yes, I will look back at Silas again and say, okay, I have killed it. It still does not fit.
You have to cut it up into smaller pieces. Would you like my aid?
Oh, yes, this is a lot of work.
No worries, and I'll try and help him cut the cow into smaller pieces. I only have a rapier and a dagger, so it might take some time.
Yes, it definitely would take some time. Go ahead and make a survival check.
— 14.
14. You're probably going to have this butchered up in, say, maybe 2 hours? With the tools at hand?
It will only take me a little while, but you can start eating from one end, if you wish.
Yes, I will reach down and try and pull just a big hunk off and start eating that.
Yeah, easy enough. And then you guys continue cutting up the cow and putting pieces of it as they become ready back into Carcass's bag. Carcass,
A gift for you, friend.
do you look into your bag at all?
No, not if he is cutting and putting stuff into the bag. Does anything fall out of my bag though when I try to put the head in?
I don't think anything falls out, no.
Okay, good. I don't want to lose my things.
Yeah. So, with that, after a while, you guys get the cow all butchered up, and you guys get to the point where you're ready to go. Where would you like to go now?
In bar.
The North Look is just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. So, at this point, you guys all arrive at the North Look. Carcass, Andy, Silas, and Zizix, you come in and you see Vega, Eclipse, Lysander, and Lek sitting at the table along with this strange man who's older gentleman sitting nearby.
Dreadful day. We were mugged, and I motioned to all the blood on me.
Zizix is gonna beeline for Lysander.
Okay.
And he's gonna say, Lysander, where did we meet?
Well, we met in Bremen, of course.
And what did I just give you?
You gave me this chain sickle on my gauntlet.
Okay, Zizix is going to express a very visible sigh of relief. Okay, thank you.
Adriana, do you think I should do a test of my own?
What kind of test?
Silas's Angels, am I an asshole?
Sometimes.
Kind of.
Experimentation's encouraged.
Well, I think we're in the right place.
So,
Go ahead and start peeling into your really serious talk after that, Nick.
yeah. Did we all arrive at the same time?
No, you guys would have been here for probably about an hour or so before they came back.
Okay, then I would have been drinking heavily at this point.
Okay, go ahead and make a Constitution save.
That's a 19.
A 19. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to find yourself dipping into the booze quite a bit to be able to get your gumptions or your immediate feelings kind of numbed. So as everyone arrives, you have about 7 or 8 cups of fire water that have been downed, but you are drunk.
Good.
I would have also been drinking fairly heavily along with him. Not that heavily, but trying to drink with my buddy who's hurting.
Sure. So if you guys have been here for an hour, if you would like to be drinking, please make a Constitution saving throw. Goes for Rava Hess too.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, that's where I got my nat 20. So 24.
Yeah, you're. You're on the tipsy side. You're being a little bit more cautious, as when a friend's drinking this heavily, you kind of feel like you need to have a stable mind for the most part, but you want to be able to relax alongside him.
Right on. Perfect.
So I am drunk. I actually reached drunk.
Yes. I imagined that once you felt that you weren't getting there, you kind of forced yourself to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I bought the bottle.
Right.
So if Zizix came in and seeing me in this state, and seeing everybody, you sound like you had a really hard day, Zizix.
Yeah, try going into another plane.
I have, in a way. You see, I found out something today. And did you know, Zizix, I've been around for over 1,300 years.
He's speaking plainly.
Andy just kind of looks around like she thinks he's crazy, and then says, "Right," and heads to the bar.
Above table, Sam. Would Zizix know this?
No.
No, because I just found it out. I thought that I thought that I was only out for a few months tops. You see, not a lot has changed apparently in 1,300 years. See, I'm from the year 205, and I just found out today is 1503.
I take back my
Well, that's
earlier
quite the story. Maybe it took you 1,300 years to get the energy to stand up, I guess.
That bastard. Obavok. I wish he was alive. He might be. He's a necromancer. I have no idea, but everything that I knew is gone. And Zizix.
Yeah?
I hurt.
His heart hurts.
I hurt.
Well, can I fix it?
Oh no.
You can try, but the drink is helping a little bit.
Can I cast mending on
Sure.
him?
Doesn't seem to really have any effect, but you can cast mending.
Okay.
So,
And Zizix is gonna say, "Wait a second, elephant in the room." And I'll look to Vega.
Yay, a new joke.
Whee!
Who's this guy? And kind of nod over to Ravahess.
Oh, 1,000 apologies. I am Rava Hesmanith, and this is my very good friend Trevor.
Dandy looks over at this point, like, what the heck's going on?
And Zizix is gonna say, "Oh, well, hi, Trevor." And he'll wave.
You don't remember Zizix? They traveled here with us. I'll roll deception on that if that's needed.
yes. Deception.
That's an 18.
Alright. Zizix, do you accept what he's told you, or are you rolling insight?
No, I don't trust a word this guy says ever.
Make your insight check.
That's an 8.
I think you do trust me.
Doesn't take much to pull it over an old Zizix.
Oh, the belt might be a sore subject still.
Was that below the belt?
But yeah,
Careful, Whack,
you
'cause
believe
Zizix is the
Zizix.
right height to cock punch you right now.
So you don't remember walking back with this man, but Silas says it so wholeheartedly, and it just sounds true. It's a totally different tone than what you normally hear coming out of Silas's mouth.
Confused, I'll look back and say, my apologies. I think my brain is scrambled.
Oh, it's quite all right. I believe that your odd friend there is just pulling your leg. This is our first introduction.
Andy chuckles.
Yeah, we met him today at the building. He came here with us.
The Temple of the God
That's
of
very
Afternoon
specific.
Tea. I think.
That one.
He's a very, very kind man.
Well, my name is Andy, and she'll hold out a hand to Ravahess.
Oh, I'm sure it is very lovely to meet you. I am Rava Hess. This is Trevor.
It's nice to meet you too, Ravahess, and she's gonna look around for Trevor and then say, where's Trevor?
Oh, that little rascal. He is right over here. He is a bit shy around people. He likes to stay invisible. And he is
Oh.
my good friend. He is an imp, so I do hope you will not hold this against him.
Oh, of course not. Hello, Trevor.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that kindness.
Of course. They tolerate me. I'm sure Trevor will fit right in. Rava, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Silas
Tolerate is a
Neville.
very strong word.
They tolerate me and they love me. They even allowed me to name the party. Silas Nouvelle, leader of Silas's Angels.
Oh, my friend, I assure you, you are no problem child.
What the fuck does that mean?
They can't possibly hate you. Trust me, I know when a party absolutely hates one of their own.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Eclipse sips nervously.
No, we don't hate you, Silas, but I'll be fucked if we're gonna be going by Silas's Angels ever. It's not. Stop trying to make Silas's Angels happen. It's not going to happen.
I've been thinking about that name actually, and I think it's stupid. For one thing,
It's stupid.
we are no angels, none of us. I was actually thinking of like the Guild of Bloodsmiths or something with the amount of death we leave in our wake.
Here he goes.
Zerix is gonna turn to the party and say, "What, Silas? Why are you even here?"
Oh no.
Andy blinks.
Why am I here?
Yeah, I guess I wasn't, involved in the whole, hey, can I join your party kind of thing. Bad things just seem to happen when you're around.
I'm trying to be better. But I could understand your hesitance. I assure you, I'm used to it.
What bad things do you think have happened because of Silas?
I'm not saying because of him, just it seems to have a correlation.
You know,
Well, that's sort of saying because of him.
Adriana, it's quite alright. This is how my family views me. It's nothing I'm not used to.
I think it's the nature of the beast. Come now, we're adventurers. We're always meddling in other people's business. Of course, the random happenstance occurs to us every now and then. We can't blame Silas for that. That's jumping to conclusions as far as I'm concerned.
But he will. He always will.
Well,
Look at
it's kind of interesting that you bring that up because you came around at the same time.
Well, you're right, but I
seem to recall we were doing just fine.
Were we though?
Oh,
I was.
I do love drama.
Were you? Because I'm pretty sure you were eating people.
Andy's gonna go to the bar. She looks pissy.
In my drunken state, I'm going to sloppily stand up and get in front of Vega. That was a low blow. Don't brand that up again.
He was the one who did it there, bud. Not me.
I appreciated it.
I'm just saying, he's attacking our new friends. We've all got our own issues.
You're fucking right.
All right. And on that note, as Andy goes to the bar, the bartender says, do you know that old man that's sitting there?
We just met. Why?
I've been looking at him for the last hour and a half. And he looks just like that guy over there. And he points towards the painting. He says, he was part of the Order of the North, or he looks like the spitting image of that man.
Huh, you're right, he does.
It was over 50 years ago.
That is very odd. Can I get 3 fire waters? She'll ask.
That'll be 8 gold. Or 8 silver, sorry.
She'll hand him 10 silver, and when she has the drink, she'll go over to Ravahess.
Alright. He provides them to you right there.
Alright. Andy's gonna go over to Ravahess and hold up the tray a little and say, can I interest you and Trevor in a drink?
Oh, I don't drink, but perhaps Trevor would like one. If
Sure.
you would just place it on the table, he will get things in his own time.
Alright, and she'll place a shot on the table for Trevor and take one of the other ones for herself. Pardon me for saying, but you very strongly resemble the man in that painting, and she'll point.
And he will look at the painting. Oh, yes, that is me. I am a little lost at the moment. I'm not supposed to be here, you see.
That painting was done over 50 years ago. And yet you haven't aged a day.
Well, that's what happens when you have what you might call a mishap with your spell casting.
Oh. So you were part of the Order of the North, and now you're here.
Yes, I was there during the final battles, and saw our friend unfortunately failed. But I have since dedicated myself to my own studies to make sure that I never lose my best friend again.
See. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh,
but
I will get back to him eventually. I will figure this out.
I'm sure you will. It's an honor to meet you.
Zizix is gonna interject here and say, are you looking for any of them now?
And I will look at Zizix and first say, oh, ma'am, it isn't my honor to meet all of you. And then I'll turn to Zizix fully. Oh, no, I am not looking for them here. I was looking for them there. And, oh, teleportation and I have a very rocky relationship. I've had a few mishaps and I ended up here.
Well, I know where 2 of those people are in this timeline. So they might be able to give you information as to where they're at a particular time back then.
Well, which 2 have you seen?
He'll look at the painting and point out Yurik and Dez.
Oh, no, that will not do. I must know where my good friend Nacho is. This spell will only work to send me to him.
What are we whispering about?
Well,
Pass the Doritos.
Chicken strips.
And that is actually a good, maybe a little inconvenient stopping point, but we're at 11:05, and I know some people got to bounce out. But that's where we're going to take a pause tonight, and we'll pick back up again next week, episode 28 of Rime of the Frost Maiden. If you missed anything this evening and you want to catch up on tonight's episode, tune into the YouTube channel linked below. 7 p.m. We post the link every single week. If you're not already following, hit the follow button. If you're not subscribed yet and you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Come back and watch us live on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central. We appreciate you guys sticking around to watch. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have tonight. It was a really great session. And I will say, towards the end there, I was getting the Rick and Morty episode vibes where all these extra people were inserting themselves into the lives of Rick and Morty's family. That's, I don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but that's what that felt like.
That's I do retroactively now.
Go back and watch it. It was a treat. But thank you everyone for having such a great show. This was a great roleplay episode, and I think there's a lot of character development, especially for poor old Lysander there. And old is not a slight term anymore. It's a matter-of-fact term. But in any case, thank you guys for sticking around, and I hope we see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.